So a world record bid for a British player from Arsenal for West Ham's or our Declan Rice has been put on the table. Um, the bid come in last night, £105 million. It is in total. That's £100 million guaranteed fee and £5 million in add-ons. I'm guessing the same sort of thing if they win the league, if they win the Premier League. But let's be honest, it's getting a little bit more realistic now in terms of the money put on the table. 75 million a couple of weeks ago from them, plus 15 million pounds in add-ons. West Ham were always looking north of 100 million pounds, and 120 million pounds is our valuation for him. But I think it's time to say goodbye. In my opinion, the saga, we don't want the saga dragging on too long because it gives our ball excuses not to spend the money. A lot of people saying that we're broke and we need the money. I don't think that's true. I think we're pretty well run, well rounded club in terms of the finances. I don't think we're going to be struggling for any money. But in terms of financial fair play, we're a lot lower on the rung than a lot of the other clubs. Um, Listen, I wouldn't. I know that people are saying, they've got to accept it now, and I do agree. £100 million guaranteed up front. We've got to accept it. We've already accepted as a fan base and as a club that Declan Rice won't be at West Ham next season. And to be honest with you, all of this talk about Arsenal. Would I like to see him go to Arsenal? Would I like to see him go elsewhere? I don't really care where he goes. Declan Rice is up. What I would do now is I would encourage for Man City to match that bid, and I would then put it in the hands of Declan Rice. Accept the two bids and just turn around and go, Declan, it's down to you. Is it going to be a family issue? Is it going to be he wants to stay in London? That's fair play if he does. He wants to win trophies. He's going to get that at Manchester City, but obviously it's a big move for his family. But what I would say is Declan Rice for me. He's done his bit for West Ham. He's done more than enough in terms of getting us a trophy and staying for a few years. He's 24 years old now. He now sees it as the time to move on with his contract running down. We can't really afford to keep him another year because his value will probably half that next year with the 1 year left on his deal, which will be the extension. Um, it's time. It's time to accept the bids now. Let him go to Arsenal. Let him go to Manchester City. Let him decide where he wants to go. But it comes in at a time where it gives us enough time to sort of start to rebuild our own squad. There's a lot of rumours at the moment, a lot of worrying rumours for me, which is not unlike West Ham to have a little bit of success or do something significant and then absolutely decimate their squad and cash in on their squad. Sullivan, it doesn't look like he's got many years left in him. Is he going to be wanting to get the money in so he can cash out or sell for as much as he wants? It's not unlike him. But at the time, as long as we're guaranteed to be able to spend that money on replacements, then it's time to say goodbye to Declan Rice. To whether it to be to Arsenal, to Man City. As I said, Declan's earned his right to choose where he wants to go and what his next step in his career is for me. So, listen, stop fucking about, accept the bids. I'm glad they've held out for this long because I think the last two bids were derisory. But I think it comes down to structure now. I think they will accept the bid, but it turns around. It comes down to the terms in which the £100 million is paid. If they want to pay it over 10 years, it's £10 million a season. But West Ham favour a more quicker payment plan. I think Man City offered the 90 million, but in two instalments. So yeah, look, I'm not writing out Man City or any other clubs, to be quite honest with you. I think there might be another couple of clubs get involved, but this is about the mark where we should be. We should be accepting this. Chelsea paid 106 million pounds for Fernandez. Is it Fernandez? Emilio Fernandez? Is that his name? Might not be his name. The midfielder that they signed last year. I'm a bit pissed off it didn't go past that because Declan Rice is a better player than that guy. But from what I can hear from Arsenal fans, they're ready to walk away after this bid. Look, it's up to West Ham. I'm not against him staying. Of course, I'm not. I'd love to see him stay, but in realistic terms, his fee is going to drastically drop next year. So get this money in and start rebuilding. I hope they've got a plan in place and it's just not, on the fly as it usually is. But as it stands, a £105 million bid from Arsenal, and I'm expecting it to be accepted. So let me know what you think. We've got transfer videos coming up from next week. Coming up at the 1st of July is when the players sort of start to come back from pre-season training. So that's when the transfer rumours really start hitting up. But this one's a goer, £105 million from Arsenal. Would you accept it? Should we hold out for more? Should he choose Arsenal? Should he choose City? Get involved in the comment section down below. Just before we go, we've got to show you our new T-shirt. They just sold my car to Lucas Paquetá. The T-shirts now in the store, as well as the Championi T-shirts and the mugs and all of that sort of stuff. So go and check those out. Yeah, £105 million. I would personally accept it. One thing left to say, come on, you Irons.